WRPB Studios. So I've been around video and photography and audio for so long, and it gets to a point in your life where sometimes you just got to back up and let people who are doing it and doing it better do the work. Oh, like I say, always use a professional. With me is Tyler Ingersoll Images. Did I
Yep.
get it right?
Yep. That's right.
Okay, so I got some years on you. So it's time to bring in younger people to start doing the things that we used to do and that we don't really do anymore. So when it comes to video, there's very few people that are better than Edgar, who's behind the board now. But and he does photography too. But you can only do so much, and we focus mainly on video. So you do photography.
Correct.
Why did you get into that?
Man, that's actually a pretty interesting story. So a few years ago, I was living with my immediate family and then my uncle's family. We all lived together. My cousin, she was going, she was taking a class in high school for photography, and she was using me as her subject. And then they all moved back up north, and I was like, man, I don't have anybody to take photos of me anymore because I was looking for like really good photos. So I took it upon myself to start taking photos of me. So I had like a tripod, and I had my phone, and I had a shutter bug, so I could take photos of myself from far away. I was my own model because I didn't know anybody because
Right.
I came from Michigan all the way down to Florida, so I had nobody to take photos of other than myself. And then my mom, for my birthday one year, she got me this 8 megapixel Panasonic Lumix as my first camera, and it didn't have any Bluetooth capability, so I started taking photos of other subjects. My first photo with that camera being a squirrel, and then that's how it evolved into wildlife photography, and then I upgraded from camera to camera, and here I am now. And
What
now
are
I'm
you
taking
using now?
photos. I'm using a Canon R5,
Okay.
and I also have a Canon R that I use for portraits because I do wildlife photography and portraits.
Is that the main focus, wildlife photography?
That's what I started out doing. That's a huge passion of mine because I love going outside. I love hiking and taking photos of animals, but I love taking photos for other people as well.
You mean portrait type pictures and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do portrait photography, so I do headshots for people. I've done branding photos. I've done maternity, newborn, family. I've even done a dog's birthday party. But a big one for me is the equestrian sports. So I
Like
like
polo?
doing that as well. Barrel racing.
Okay.
That's pretty big around like the Vero Beach area with the Indian River Riding Club. I shoot for them, and I also shoot for Destiny Bounds as well.
I used to go to and do video and stuff at IPC International Polo in Wellington. So I used to go every Sunday.
Yeah, it's like the horse capital of the
Hmm.
world. Yeah.
And I've met some famous people down there. And this, it was one side of the field was tents, and the other side was the stands and the VIP restaurants and stuff. So my friends would always have their own tents. So I'd hang that with them. And the cool thing about hanging with them was I'd have a spot to have a camera where no one's going to mess around with it and whatever, and people are going to watch over it. And I got free food. And you couldn't beat that. Okay,
Right.
free food is like, there's no better than free food. Okay, so how long you been doing this?
I've been doing it for a few years now.
Okay, and I went, now, how long are you down in this area?
I've moved to Fort Pierce in 2016.
So, but no family down here now.
I currently live with my grandparents. So my immediate family and I we all moved down to Fort Pierce from Michigan, and we lived with my grandparents. And then they decided to move back up north because they're crazy.
Right.
I hate the snow and I hate the cold, so I decided to
Stay.
stay with my grandparents.
So, when it came, all right, so you decide you're going to stay, but of course you have to work for a living. You have to make some money.
Correct.
So, what did you decide to do?
So I still currently work for Wawa. I'm a manager there.
Which one?
The one on Kings Highway and Orange Avenue.
Okay.
So I'm a manager there.
With Kings Highway, which is the angled road, and Orange, right?
Correct.
Okay. I go up to Orange Avenue a lot. Um, Actually, my wife used to work on Orange Avenue a little further west of Kings Highway, and then she worked on just off Orange Avenue behind the What are the big gas stations are? Pilot?
Loves and Pilot.
Yeah, the one that was on the south side. There's an industrial park across the street that has, I think, is it a lumber company or some sort of building
I'm
company?
not too sure.
Yeah, so she worked in that industrial area for a while, but that area really is kind of building up, and I guess Wawa is always one step ahead of the game of where they want to be.
Yeah.
Okay, and their food is really good.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like really surprised. Okay, so you decided to work for Wawa, so that gave you some income,
Right.
which afforded you the ability to buy some cameras.
Yeah. Yeah. Photography is an expensive hobby.
Yeah, so is videography, and
Yeah.
so is audio. You know, you took a tour of the studio. We have the podcast room. That used to be my office, and then they demoted me to that office in the back. Oh, all right, so I demoted me to that office in the back, but yeah, audio and video is the thing. Uh, all of the newspaper stuff and stuff, that's the rags and stuff, those are basically gone. There are a couple of few good magazines out there, but basically they're gone. So, so you're shooting for the equestrian community in Vero, some of that.
Right.
Um, what do you want to do? I mean, what's the plan?
Well, the ultimate goal, like the dream of mine, would be to work for National Geographic and start traveling the world and taking photos of animals. That'd be awesome.
Well, it's ironic because the gentleman that used to work for us he got out of this industry to be in conservation because he's also into the animals, reptiles and stuff like that. Because we had a snake out front here, and it was like we were all looking at it, but he went out there and got it and put it in the grass behind us. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to buy him a snake pole. I guess one of the things, so I got him that as a gift. But yeah, his ultimate goal is to move to Washington State. He says there's a lot of conservation style, and he just still does pictures. Okay, he loves to do photography, but he didn't want to be in the video and graphic artist industry anymore. So your ultimate goal really is not people, and surely from what I get from you, it's not weddings and stuff like that.
Well, photography, like I said, is a passion of mine. So I love serving the community and taking photos of people who need it. But the ultimate goal is animals, because animals they don't pay to have their photos taken, but people do.
And they don't complain after you do their picture.
Exactly.
Unlike people, okay, and I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of hate emails. Everybody with a cell phone now is a videographer, photographer, and talk show host.
Right.
And every selfie you take with a woman, you can't post until she sees it and approves it. Us guys, you take a selfie of us, we don't even want to see it. Just whatever you do with it, okay?
Yeah.
Put it wherever you want to put it. I really don't care. So it makes it difficult when you're dealing with people because we have the ability to say we don't like it. The animals don't do that.
Right.
So do you ever get pictures that like amaze you? Like, oh my God, I can't believe I took that picture.
Yeah. I've had some photos that have really like wowed me. Like I can't believe I've captured that moment.
So do you ever send them somewhere to like put them into magazines or anything?
I've sent them to some smaller companies, and I've had photos in calendars and puzzles and whatnot.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So that really is your ultimate goal, is nature photography, for lack of a better word?
Correct.
Okay.
But I'd still want to take photos of people if they ask for it in
And
advance.
and don't complain when he takes your picture. Okay? He doesn't need to hear you complaining. So you were at an event taking pictures when I met you. Okay?
Right.
And I guess that's kind of cool because you take a picture, and you don't have to bother because it was an event. So you don't have to stop every 2 minutes and show everybody the picture you took.
Right.
Okay? And then they get posted. And then the people complain after that if they don't like the way so you just got to listen. Most of the complaints about pictures are they don't like the way they look. Not the way the picture came out,
Right.
but the way they look. Okay, I want to just correct that. It's not your work. Of course, you always get, and I don't mean you, but when we're in this industry, we always get, can you make me thinner? Can you make me handsome? Okay. Can you make me look better? Okay. No, that's how you look. We can't change that.
Right.
And that's just, we deal with that all the time, especially in video, because the rumor was always the camera make you 10 pounds fatter. It really doesn't. Okay, maybe in the past it did, but I'm just fatter. This is it for me. Doesn't get any better. So you were at the event. Are you going to be at the next event that he has?
I plan on it.
That's I think on the 23rd.
Right.
Nick is a really good, cool guy.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
um, was it Danny that introduced me to you?
I don't remember. I know we were at the
You-
Prosperity Business Suites, and that's when we met.
Is that where we met?
Was
Or
at
did
the
we meet?
Magnum Motivational event.
Okay. And it's a smaller event, but some cool people that go there.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I met you, so.
I don't know that I'm so cool. But so are you networking now for your photography and stuff?
Yeah, I'm networking. Like I said, I mean, photography is a passion of mine. I'm trying to serve the community with pictures because everybody deserves to have high quality photos of themselves.
And memories. And we try to, we here try to express, hey, this is professional. Your cell phone is not professional.
Correct.
And we sold a bill of goods saying, well, if you have an iPhone 3012, you can make a movie and you can take pictures. You can't. Look at the size of the lens will automatically give you an idea of what you can do. And I'm not saying you take bad pictures,
Right.
okay? Because I have a picture of, I think it's an owl that I took with my cell phone. That really is cool. I just happen to have been able to get that shot.
Yeah.
Where the shots that professional photographers like you do, you just don't happen to get the shot. You set that shot up and prepare it and make sure it's the right. I was just lucky. Just so you know,
Yeah.
I look at this picture and I say, wow, this is a great picture. But I was just lucky at the time. All right, so if people want to utilize you, how do they find you? You have a website, a phone number? What do you have?
I have my Facebook business page, and then
Okay.
from there, there's a link to where you can go and set up the photography times.
Okay.
You can schedule me there.
Around your work, of course.
Yeah, because I do have a main job, but
Right, that's how it starts. But everybody, I can't express enough. Use a professional. Tyler, I want to thank you for coming on.
thank you so much for having me.
Everybody have a great day, and we'll be right back.